I heard the most beautiful story this week. A woman, her name is Auburn, and she told about her life. She was in college. She had a lot going for her, but for whatever reason, she got into heavy drugs. She married a man who was into heavy drugs. They had a baby. And the night that this event happened, she was curled up in the middle of her filthy living room in a fetal position, filled with anxiety, ready to jump out of her skin as she was withdrawing from a drug experience. Her husband was out somewhere doing something, and there she was just with herself. She said, if I could have, I just would have run out in the streets and screamed. I just didn't know what to do with myself. But she couldn't because of this baby that was there. And she held in her hand this slip of paper that her mother had given her a phone number of a Christian help center, a telephone call-in of a Christian help group. And finally, she wasn't a Christian, and she didn't know what she thought about all of the religion stuff. But finally, at 2 a.m, she got the courage to call this number. So she calls the number, a man answers sort of sleepily, and she said, I need help, can you talk to me? And she hears him sort of rustling around and sort of moving sheets around and so forth. He said, of course. And she begins to sort of share, I think I have a drug problem, and, my husband's, I love him, but, he's tried to kill me a couple of times, and, a few things like that. And he is just completely loving to her, encouraging to her. He keeps saying things like, tell me more, and very present, very centered, very with her. And he stays with her through the whole night. He talks to her, lets her talk to him. Basically, she's doing most of the talking. She's understanding her life as she talks. She's seeing things she's never really seen before. And as morning comes, she's starting to feel like, I think I can face today. I think I can do this. And she says to this man, I know you're a Christian help center, and I just want you to know I'm so, so grateful for you talking to me. And even though I'm not a Christian, if you want to give me a Bible verse, it's probably something that is part of your thing. I'll do anything. I'm so grateful for your help. And the man said, Auburn, I have to tell you something. You called the wrong number. In that moment, she said, basically her life changed, because she realized that there was a power in this universe of goodness, that there was God, and that there was love, and that someone was watching out for her, and had her call this man who, out of anyone on the planet, could help her so beautifully. And when she was giving this talk, she said that was the turning point where I got my life together. My son has recently graduated with honors from Princeton. Everything changed. So it's just that moment, that slenderest ray of light that for all of us on this path, we've had, depending on if you've been on it a year or 40 or 50, we've had either a dozen or hundreds, many times where God has said, I'm here. I know you're curled up, mentally, psychologically, you're curled up in the fetal position, but I am with you, and I am helping you. And that is our hope, and that's what we want to follow.